Welcome back. We got another episode of Let 'em Ride for you. We got a 2-game WNBA slate for Wednesday, July 17th. Now remember, our full breakdown and analysis videos will be found now on the Guy Boston Sports channel as far as our WNBA content. So when we drop that video tomorrow morning, I will post a link to that video in the description and then down into the pinned comment as well. That way you can hop on over there if you would like to get a full breakdown and analysis for each of these games. But before we get into the picks that we have for these games so far, let's go ahead and recap our picks from Tuesday night. We did end up taking the Storm, laying the 9 points. Man, this one here made me want to cry a little bit, not going to lie, because it was 73-71 Sparks with just a little over 6 minutes to play. So our Storm laying the 9 play, it just isn't looking too good, right? Then we see Seattle go on an 11-0 run to take a 9-point lead. Then LA, being that scrappy team that they are, they hang around, they cut it back to 4. But late free throws have us sitting at a 9-point Storm lead with seconds to play. And hey, we'll push at least, right? Nah, man. Azrae Stevens decides she wants to knock in a meaningless to the game three-pointer, but one that was not meaningless to our play here, obviously. We do not cash. They finished 89-83, a 6-point Seattle win. We don't even get the push. We just get that dreaded red X. Then we took the Sparks team total under 76.5. The Sparks, they finished at 83, so honestly just a bad read on this play, and it felt good. Sometimes it's like that. You look at all these numbers, you overanalyze, you over everything, right? And then reality just sets in because the numbers and everything are just screaming one way, and then reality plays out another way. And unfortunately, that's what happened in this one here. You would think that strong Seattle defense would have been able to hold an LA Sparks team that's rated in the bottom half of the league in every statistical category. You would think that they would be able to hold them under 76 points. Just wasn't the case. So we don't cash on that one. Dreaded red X. But we do take the Sky first quarter plus the 5 points. Now this one we needed, right? Because no one wants that dreaded reverse 0-3 sweep. And I definitely didn't want it on the first night that I'm posting videos on the Guy Boston Sports channel, man. That's not how I'm trying to start off. So a nice hit here at the end of the night helped us finish with 1 dub at least, 1 and 2 on the night. And the one solace that I can find here is that it was our best play odds-wise out of the 3, sitting at -105. So we lose a little bit unit-wise, but it's nothing that's going to do us in. This is why we only throw in the best plays that we find, and this is why we bet responsibly, because these losing nights will happen, unfortunately. And it's just about being able to withstand them as opposed to being good enough to avoid them. If you guys can find me somebody he's good enough to avoid these losing nights, man, let me know, because we need to be tailing him instead. We are still up 6.5 units on the year. We are sitting at a 35-29 overall record. So I'm not mad. Nothing to get too upset about, but we are definitely looking to improve that number and get it as high as we can before the end of this season, guys. That's the goal, right? Let's get as many units as we can. Let's profit as much as possible. So without further ado, let's dive into the leans for these games here. The first play you're going to be looking at is in that Atlanta Dream Minnesota Lynx game. I'm looking at that full game over 152.5. Even without Nafisha Collier out there, the Lynx, they are still an elite 3-point shooting team and also capable of generating a ton of points off of turnovers. And the Dream give up the ball a ton, leading the league in turnovers and opponents' points scored off of those turnovers. So I'm going to lean over in this game here. And then looking at the Fever and the Wings, I'm looking at the Fever laying the 4 points. In their last 5, the Fever are hitting the second most shots from the restricted area. They're scoring the second most from the paint, while the Wings are giving up the most points in the paint in that same time frame. Dallas are just a mess on defense. They're sitting dead last in not only opponents' points in the paint, but also fast break points as well. They're allowing the 3rd highest shooting percentage from deep, and then the highest shooting percentage overall. So I just don't see any way to get behind Dallas here in this one. Not with their continued struggles and not with the continued improvement that we've seen from this Fever team over the course of the year. So I'm going to lean Indiana here, laying the 4 points. And then I'm looking at the Fever with their team total over 90.5. The Wings, they've given up 90 or more points in 7 of their last 10, and then an average of 94 points against them in those 10 games. 3 of those, they gave up over 100 points, which we obviously just don't see as much here in the W. So I think that Indy team total going up against this Dallas defense, I think it's worth a look. So guys, these are just leans right now. I've not made any of these plays official, but if I do and when I do, and if I find anything else that I like before tip-off, I'm going to throw all of them down into the pinned comment. So make sure you check back in. That way you can see if you'd like to ride along with me. Maybe you check back in and you're like, nah, man, those picks are duds. Maybe you decide you want to do the opposite. Hey, whatever you guys decide to do, make sure you throw them down into the comments as well. I love to talk to you guys about it. I love to see what you guys have cooked up, and I love to celebrate with you guys when you are down there cashing in the comments off those picks that you are cooking up. So, hey, guys, if you enjoyed the video today, you like the content, kind of helpful or useful in any kind of way, please don't forget to smash that like button down there. It's definitely helpful to continue to help the channel to grow. And hit subscribe if you have not already. That way you do not miss out on any of the content that we are dropping daily. And hit share if you can. It is definitely appreciated. That's going to do it here, guys. Bet responsibly. Have a great night. Let's go make a bag.